Hey, Denise. It's been a heckin' long time. How have you been, girl? How long's it been? We must be going on 7 years now. Damn, it flew by. Feels like all that stuff went down a lifetime ago, and at the same time, it's like it was yesterday. It's funny how that works, huh?
Sorry, but would you mind telling me who you are?
You kidding me? It's me, Biff, you donut. Couldn't you tell? 'Cause I'm messaging you from a different number.
Huh?
What you mean, huh? It's me, Biff, your ex-boyfriend. Hang on, maybe that's not the best way of wording it. Your beloved ex-boyfriend and favorite person in the whole wide world, Biff. That's better. Remember me now?
If you're going to talk nonsense, would you mind doing it when I'm not busy? I get the impression you didn't message me for any real reason in particular, so if you'll excuse me, I'll be going now.
Hey, come on, Denise. I obviously did message you for a reason. Otherwise, I wouldn't be messaging you, would I? Look, quit jumping to conclusions and hear me out, alright? Sheesh.
Fine, what do you want? You better make it quick.
I decided to take you back.
Excuse me?
That's right. You heard me. I bet you're not so eager to get back to work right now, huh? It's an attractive offer, right? Right?
Which part of what you just said is attractive?
Huh?
7 years ago, when I was 26, you said to me you were bored of me because I was a worn-out old hag well past my prime and broke up with me, describing me as being on the wrong side of 30. After that, you immediately got with an 18-year-old fresh out of college intern from our workplace. Does any of this ring any bells, Biff?
Sure, everything you say is true. It's not like I deny it, but I was young back then, babe. I've matured a lot since then.
You were turning 31 years old, 5 years older than me.
Men and women age differently. Unlike a woman, a man hits his prime when he turns 30. Women? Well, I hate to say this, babe, but it's all downhill from there. Things that used to be beautiful and plump start sagging. Things that used to shimmer and glow start wrinkling up. Basically, 30 is where women hit the wall.
In that case, why on earth would you be interested in getting back with me? I'm 33 now. I shouldn't have to spell it out, but that means I'm older than I was when you broke up with me. You don't think time froze and I stayed 26 this whole time, right?
Don't be silly, babe. That's clearly ridiculous. I forget how funny you can be sometimes, Denise. I always did like that about you.
All right, so I take it we're done here?
Wait, why?
Because me and you are not getting back together. What else is there for us to discuss? You're doing nothing but wasting my valuable time here.
No, wait just a sec, damn it. It's been so long since we spoke. Are you really going to dip out on me like this? Let's at least chat a little while longer. You know, reminisce over the good old days. Talk about what we've been up to all this time.
Do you really think I have that much free time on my hands?
Whatever. Don't worry about that. I'm sure whatever stuff you need to do can wait. Sometimes it's good to catch up with an old flame, you know? Hey, wait a sec. What's wrong, babe? Scared you, I don't know, catch feelings from me again? I guess I wouldn't blame you if you did.
Ew, that's one of the cringiest things I've ever heard.
Cringy? Hey, whatever. Look, I guess I always admired how you said exactly what was on your mind. You're kind of cute when you get all feisty, you know, babe.
Yep, gross.
Anyway, I heard some stuff. Is it true you changed jobs after we broke up? Heard you landed a job at a major New York-based company.
What's it to you?
Well, me and the girl you just mentioned actually moved to New York after the breakup. Crazy coincidence, right?
I knew that. So what?
Wait, you did?
Of course I did. I worked in the department next door on the same floor as you both. She was an intern being trained up on your department after graduating college, right? What was her name again? Was it Rena? How could I forget the time the two of you skipped across the office holding hands while singing, "We're going to New York," to hand in your resignation letter to the manager? I swear it was the most embarrassing, vomit-inducing thing I've ever seen. I could tell your head was so clouded by your feelings for her you'd completely lost all of your rational decision-making skills, because why the heck else would a fully grown man act like a 12-year-old kid in front of his coworkers like that?
I see. Is that really how happy we looked back then?
I guess happy is one word for it, but some might prefer to describe it as hopelessly delusional or maybe childish.
I see. Well, I get what this is. I didn't realize how jealous we were making you at the time, babe. I'm sorry. It must have really sucked to see your man having such a great time with another woman like that.
Jealousy? Don't flatter yourself. I am obviously insulting you, you pea-brain.
I guess the fact that you thought about it that much betrays just how much you cared about me. I guess I can't blame you. You're hardly going to find anyone else up to my standard. I'm handsome, charismatic, funny, confident, capable, modest. I basically have every positive characteristic a guy can have.
Wow. Everything you just said is so absurd, I don't even know how to reply to it. Anyway, the bottom line is that it's not how people act in the workplace, especially not when they're handing in their resignation letters. It was honestly awkward to witness, and I wasn't the only one at the office who thought so.
Well, I guess we were young. That's just how people are around that age. You're overthinking this.
Young? Are you for real? You were 31 years old, Biff. If you think that justifies elementary school level behavior in the workplace, I think this conversation is beyond my capabilities. How about, I don't know, seeing a shrink maybe?
Geez, Denise, how about you give me a break for once? Can't we just let bygones be bygones? I've grown a lot as a person since then, so you don't have to worry about me doing anything crazy anymore.
Who you are now is totally irrelevant to me, and I literally could not care less.
Quit sulking, it's petty. Look, babe, I admire your feisty stubbornness, I really do. Look, if anything, I like it more when you're like this, because when you play hard to get, your cute side comes out.
So?
Huh?
So what do you want?
What do you mean?
It's been 7 years. The reason we broke up in the first place was because you were horrible to me about my age. Do you have any idea how crappy you saying all those things made me feel? I'm 33 years old now. Why would you want us to get back together after all this time? I just don't get it. None of what you're saying makes any sense at all.
Well, how to put this? I'm bored of dating younger girls now. First of all, we have nothing to talk about. I don't even know what half the crap these young girls babble on about these days. What even is a TikTok? Never heard of it. Maybe that wouldn't be such a big deal. Because it's not like I date them for their personalities. I date them for their butts, boobs, and pretty faces, and I ain't ashamed to deny it. But the problem is that these young girls' values and money sense is totally different to mine. Oh yeah, not to forget the most important one. I got frickin' cheated on.
Wow.
That girl, Rena, she said she'd rather be with a young, handsome guy close to her age. Look, babe, what I'm about to tell you never leaves this chat, okay? But she said to me, I could never be satisfied with an old man like you. You just don't stimulate me in the right places.
Oh my God, Biff. That was so rude. Oh, please forgive me. Okay, I'll calm down, I promise. Rena must be, 25 now? And you're 38? I see. It wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world if your stamina levels and, urges weren't very well matched to one another?
Who knows? Maybe. The bottom line is, we broke up. I still feel kind of pathetic over the whole thing. It was only a few weeks ago. Anyway, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity for me and you to get back together. You know, rekindle our old flame. So what do you say, sugar tits? Should we make another go of it? We're both in our 30s now, and I'm only 5 years older than you, so I doubt we'll even notice the difference. Besides, when you think about it, it's pretty obvious that this is the best opportunity you're ever going to get. You're 33 and well past your prime, so let's get back together. You must be seriously panicking about the prospect of never finding a man who'll marry you, right? Well, here I am, the solution to your problem.
And what, that's supposed to be why I'm supposed to come running back into your arms? Have you been smoking crack?
Come on, Denise, look, the whole hard-to-get thing is wearing thin now. This is obviously a crazy good offer for you. All right, well, that settles it. Me and you are officially a couple again. Excellent, superb, fantastic, magnificent. I can't wait for the make-up love-making. Okay, babe, I'll head over to your place. Tell me your address and I'll be on my way.
Why?
Oh, 'cause starting today I'll be moving in with you. Me and you are going to be living together again, baby. Ain't that great?
Biff, I'm already married.
To me, seriously. Would you just be honest with me for a change? Look, you must be overwhelmed with joy at the chance to get back with a stud like me. So why not just admit it?
I'm overwhelmed with something, but it isn't joy. Try disgust.
I'm not kidding, babe. If you're not honest with me now, I'm not going to hang around forever. If I change my mind now, I'll never give you another chance. Look, I know this whole thing must feel a little weird for you, what with us having been apart these last 7 years, but that measly 7-year gap will feel like it never happened after one night of hot, steamy romance. And before you know it, the flame of our passion will be rekindled.
You are literally the biggest cringe lord I've ever had the misfortune of meeting.
Stop it. And how many times do I have to tell you this isn't the time for jokes? Denise, come on. Just say what's really on your mind. It must have been real tough for you, not seeing me for 7 years. I bet you thought about me every day, right? Well, this is finally your chance to tell me how painful it's been, how much you've longed for my tender touch, for the warmth of my big muscular body pressed up against yours, the minty smell of my breath as I whisper sweet nothings into your ears.
I'm gonna vomit.
Huh?
I think I'm actually gonna vomit.
Denise, you intend on sticking with this hard-to-get act, huh?
I'm being bluntly honest with you, Biff. What else can I even say? You willfully misinterpret everything I say to convince yourself I'm actually head over heels in love with you.
Oh, come on, that's silly talk. You know I'm not doing that. All I'm doing is telling you I'm willing to take you back even though you're 33. You do realize if you waste this opportunity, you'll end up growing old, alone, and childless, tormented on a daily basis by the thought of what could have been if only you hadn't been so stubborn.
I can assure you, you don't have to worry about me. I'm fine without you, thanks.
You are so not fine, Denise. That's why I'm trying to help you. Look, be honest with me already, goddammit.
Biff, why did you just ignore me when I told you I'm married?
Huh? Quit fooling around. There ain't a guy on this planet who'd marry a used-up, old 33-year-old past her prime like you. If you don't take me up on my kindness here, you're done for.
Go on then, I'll humor you. That's clearly not true. Because people are finding love, and having kids, at all ages these days. Your hateful ideas have no basis in reality, and to be honest, I'm actually impressed you believe in them yourself, because you only have to take a walk around the city to see what I'm talking about. People are getting married later and later these days, and that goes for both men and women.
Sure, maybe that's true, but you're obviously an exception, because you think about me every day. How can you find love with someone else when I'm the only man in your heart?
Yep, there you go again. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Huh? What do you mean?
I genuinely don't understand it. I have absolutely no idea what makes you think I think about you every day.
Huh?
Do you fail to understand basic English? I said I don't understand what makes you think that.
Because our hearts are connected. And not speaking for 7 years don't change that. A love as true and pure as ours never disappears.
Our hearts are connected? I'm pretty sure any kind of connection we had disintegrated the moment you broke up with me.
No way. That ain't true.
Let me say it one more time. I got married ages ago.
No way.
I have 3 children.
WTF? What the hell? You serious? You have 3 kids?
Huh? So this is the part where you suddenly start taking me seriously?
But why? Yeah, but how could you have kids with some other dude when you still have feelings for me? How could you do something so absurd? Look, I get that the thought of growing old, alone, and childless must have been terrifying, but to think you would ignore and repress your own feelings like that.
Ugh, I'm sick of telling you. Any feelings I had for you died a long time ago.
Huh?
You know, it's funny. They say it takes time to get over a breakup, but not with you. I was over you the moment you said all of those hurtful things. My feelings for you were as warm as a North Pole glacier.
No way.
I wouldn't get back with you even if the human race was about to go extinct.
Oh my God.
You need to get your head checked out, Biff, because this behavior is not normal.
No way, this can't be. I don't have anywhere to live.
Wait, what?
Listen, babe, the thing is, I've been really struggling to find a job ever since I quit my old one. Moved to New York to live with Rena. And she did fine. She found something else within her first month of arriving, but I don't know if it's because she's young. But she got used to life here straight away, and before I knew it, she had a job and was out socializing with her co-workers and making a bunch of friends, and I feel like I don't fit in here at all. It's like I slipped through the cracks and everyone forgot about me. I feel like a shadow of my former self. I can barely look people in the eye anymore. Even leaving the house is a challenge. I haven't seen daylight in a week.
Basically, you were lounging around at home all day like some lazy, neat sloth lord while Rita was out working to pay the bills? Then she kicked you out on the streets after reaching her wit's end with you after 7 years of providing for her man-child boyfriend? Did I hit the bullseye or did I hit the bullseye?
No way. That's not how it happened. Well, not exactly.
Yep, so you were sponging off her then.
You don't have to put it so coldly.
How about you answer the question I'm asking instead of taking offense with how I'm asking it? Rena probably felt anxious and uncertain about the future when she realized you were nothing but a leech who was quite happy to sponge off her hard work while lazing around the house all day. So instead of risking her entire future on someone clearly unreliable, she did the sensible thing and gave up on you instead. This might sound weird coming from me, but I think she did well to put up with you for a whole 7 years.
But
Biff, you do know you're almost 40 years old now, right? It's bad enough to be unemployed at your age, but the fact you're unemployed and not looking for work is nothing short of a disaster. Is there a reason you're not looking for work?
Well, not exactly.
If you're totally without options, why not just go back home and live with your parents? It might not seem very appealing, but I don't see what choice you have if you're not willing to look for work.
But they disowned me when I quit my job to move to New York 7 years ago.
I see. Find a job in the city then? You're in New York, Biff. There's work for those who really want it.
But I haven't worked for 7 years, and leaving the house is scary. Besides, I don't even know what kind of jobs to apply for. I saw an article the other day about how AI is taking people's jobs. How can you seriously expect me to be able to find a job when the world's gone to the dogs?
I'm not sure you have time to be making excuses, Biff. Tick-tock.
Anyway, work can wait. I need to do something about the more pressing matter of not having anywhere to sleep. I got it. How about I come stay over at your place for a little while? Maybe just for a few weeks while I find something.
Have you no conception of how ridiculous you sound?
Look, if your husband's upset with me being there, how about we both bow down to him in apology? And I'll do all the housework to show him how grateful I am. All right, that settles it. Give me your address.
No way. You are not staying with us.
What?
Why should I have to bow down to anyone?
No, listen.
Besides, I'm not even in New York anymore.
Huh, what?
My husband and I moved to his hometown when we got married.
You gotta be joking me. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know, but relying on your ex-girlfriend clearly isn't the answer.
But
If you have enough time on your hands to be boring me with this bullcrap, get your ass down to the job center, you lazy bum. Can you believe how delusional that guy is? I knew he was bad news when he broke up with me, but after what happened today, I'm convinced he's even more mentally unstable than I first thought. After I blocked him, he managed to get through to his parents after spam calling them in a desperate panic to find a place to stay. Apparently, when he finally got through to them, he mentioned my name. As for what exactly was said, we found out later through a phone call from Biff's mom to my parents' place. His mom told mine that apparently I had begged his parents to forgive him for what he did and let him move back in with them. Obviously, when my dad spoke to me about it, he and my mom immediately realized it was a big steaming pile of bullshit and passed on the message to his parents. A few days later, his mom and dad called mine directly and apologized profusely. They must have realized he was too dangerous to be let loose on society because within a few days, his dad bundled him into the back of a van, drove him back to their hometown, and now forces him to work heavy manual labor on their farm, day in and day out. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to prove what a boss you are by liking and subscribing. Can you believe how arrogant Biff was? Jeez, talk about delusional. If you've ever known a Biff, let us know in the comments. We can't wait to see you again next time.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Mallory, how's it going? Now, I was planning on making a trip back home next weekend. Do you have any plans?
Hey there, Norm. You're coming back, next weekend?
Well, yeah, I figured that if you were going to be around, that I'd make the trip back to see ya. I'm only asking because you go on a ton of trips with your friends. It seems like you're gone every other weekend. There wouldn't be any point in me coming back if you weren't going to be around, so I wanted to make sure you weren't going anywhere before I made any reservations or took any time off of work.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Norm. But you know me, I'm going on another trip next weekend. My friends and I are going to the usual rental house by the lake.
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know. Hope you have a good time.
I'm sorry, Norm. This is the first time I've heard of you making plans to come home.
Nah, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
It's just, well, ever since you got transferred out of the state for work, it's been so quiet around the house that I don't really feel like being home if I can avoid it.
Hey, you've got nothing to feel bad for, Mallory. I'm glad you found something to keep yourself occupied while I'm away. Like I said, I didn't give you very much advance notice, so don't worry about me. You go and have fun with your friends.
Thanks for being so understanding, Norm. Hey, I'm actually at lunch with my friends right now. Is it okay if I put down my phone? I'm sorry to cut you off so suddenly.
Oh, you're with them right now? More bad timing by me, I guess.
It's no problem. I'll talk to you later, Norm.
Hey, Tom, I got a question for you. Go ahead, Norm. I'm all ears. My wife Mallory is going on a vacation next weekend with some friends. You hear anything about that? Ooh, me? Nah, I don't know a thing, bro. Know who she's going with? Whoever it is, it's not me. Ever since I learned she was your wife, I've been keeping our conversations to a bare minimum. Like I only contact her when she contacts me, and whenever she does, I make sure to give you a full report and respond how you tell me to. And even if she tells me that she wants to hang out, I always turn her down, like you told me to. I see. Well then, maybe she's telling the truth and she's going on a trip with her friends. Or perhaps she's got a man other than you. I guess those are the only options. You think so? Look, Tom, really, it's fine. You don't need to feel bad about it anymore. I know that Mallory lied to you and said she was single back when the two of you were dating and you had no idea she was married at all, let alone to me. And now you're even helping me keep tabs on her. I'm really glad to hear you say that, but I still feel really bad about what happened. I told you, you don't need to apologize anymore. I can tell you're sincere about it. Thanks, dude. That really means a lot to me. I'm gonna have the private detective firm I hired do the digging into this trip she's taking next weekend. All I need you to do for me is to keep up the act and act like you don't know that I know about you guys. Most importantly, don't say anything that would make Mallory suspicious. Leave it to me, boss. I won't let you down again. Hey, Mallory, how's your trip going?
Hey, Norm. It's going great. Thanks for asking.
Glad to hear it. What are you up to right now?
Well, we already got set up in the rental house, so now we're getting ready to have some lunch. And we're going to go down to the beach in a little bit, too.
Sounds awesome. Don't have too much fun without me, okay?
Sure thing, Norm. I'll remember to hold back a little for you.
Hey, Tom, got an update. It's like I thought. Mallory has another guy besides you. You found out who it was? Sure did. Apparently the guy is an old classmate of hers from back in high school. I'll bet anything they met up at their class reunion 6 months ago and have been seeing each other ever since. 6 months ago? But wait a second, that's exactly how long she's been seeing me! And not just that, it's been just 7 months since I got stationed over here for work. My God, that woman didn't even wait a month after her husband left the house to start fooling around with a bunch of guys. We also can't leave out the possibility that she has even more guys on the hook that we just don't know about yet. Holy... Wow, I cannot believe how awful my taste in women is. How many dudes is this chick banging right now? You know, no offense, Norm, sorry, but man, that girl is something else. She deceived me, she deceived you. Chances are she's deceiving this other guy as well, Tom. There's no need for you to feel bad or guilty. We're all her victims. Let's just focus on giving her a taste of her just desserts, all right? Yeah, we're gonna absolutely wreck her, dude.
Hey, Hey, Tom, do you have a minute? There's something important I need to talk to you about.
Oh, Mallory, haven't heard from you in ages. What's up, babe?
Well, the thing is, I'm pregnant.
What?
And, well, there's one more thing that I need to tell you. I know once I say it, you're gonna think I'm the worst woman in the world, but you deserve to know. The truth is, I'm married. I told you I was single, but my husband's just out of town on business. He's been transferred to a branch out of state for the last 3 months. He hasn't been home since he left. And so, since I haven't seen my husband at all, that means the baby is yours, Tom.
Whoa, that's pretty heavy, babe.
I know, this must be a huge shock for you. But I also want to tell you that you're the one I really love, Tom. And now that I know about this baby, I think the best thing possible to do is tell my husband about us, divorce him, and pay whatever damages he demands from me as soon as possible. Well, the problem is, though, that I only work part-time. I spend most of my day as a housewife, so can you pay my legal bills for me? Please, Tom.
Whoa, what?
I mean, think about it, Tom. Your parents own that fancy French restaurant, right? You should be able to shell out $50,000 or $60,000 like nothing.
I guess you kinda have a point. If it's my kid, I should probably step up and take responsibility and all that, huh?
I'm so glad you understand. Oh, what a relief. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and text my husband to tell him I'm divorcing him. Thanks, Tom. Hi, Norm. We need to talk. It's important.
Mallory? What's the matter? You sound so serious.
I want to get divorced.
What?
Yeah. I've been cheating on you with another guy, and the baby is his.
Another guy?
I'm only 10 weeks along, and since you've been gone for 7 months, that means it couldn't possibly be yours. So I want a divorce. Now. My boyfriend is going to pay all the expenses for the divorce, so please, let's get this over with as quickly as possible. I'll go ahead and pick up all the forms that we'll need in town tomorrow.
You know what? Nah, I'm not gonna divorce you.
What? You're joking, right?
Nope. I'm dead serious, Mallory. This isn't something I'm gonna let you get away with so easily. This is your boyfriend's kid, right? You know, the guy you were cheating on me with? As your husband, I have the right to know who he is, and you're gonna tell me everything I need to know to find him.
But...
Seriously, Mallory, did you really think I'd divorce you quick and easy? Is that how you imagined this conversation happening?
But what's the big deal? My boyfriend is gonna pay whatever you want in damages for breaking up our marriage. Why do you need to know who he is?
You want to know why? I'll tell you. Because the thing I'm most concerned about right now is knowing exactly who is responsible and making sure he gets what's coming to him. This isn't something that you can just make disappear with a big stack of cash. Hey, Tom. Mallory just texted me now saying she wants to divorce. Apparently she's pregnant with her boyfriend's kid. Did you hear anything about that? Yeah, I sure did. She just texted me a little bit before she texted you. She said she was sure the kid's mine, though I'm pretty sure it isn't, and she also admitted that she was married. She also said she was going to divorce her husband and wanted me to pay all of her legal bills for her. Seriously? Good grief. Oh, and for the record, she's trying to keep the father's identity a secret from me. She won't tell me who he is. Huh, that's interesting. I kept trying to pry it out of her, but she wouldn't budge. All she would tell me is that she's in her 10th week of pregnancy, so if that's true, then that means it's definitely not mine, seeing as I haven't seen her in 7 months. Man, 10 weeks. Which brings us to a new problem. There's a possibility that the child might be yours, Tom. Nah, don't worry about that. It ain't mine. You're sure about that? What makes you think that way? If you want, I'll take a DNA test to prove it, but I'm telling you, I'm 100% positive that the kid's not mine. Scratch that, 1000% positive.
Hey, Norm, the results are in. I got the paternity test, and it says that the kid isn't yours. Are you happy now? Is that enough for you? Now come on, divorce me. My boyfriend and I are deeply, truly in love, and we want to get married as soon as possible. You've already kept us waiting a month now. Let's get this over with already. I want a divorce, and I want it now.
Didn't you get a big envelope with paperwork from my lawyer?
Huh?
You'll find all the information you need inside, like how much I'm gonna be suing you for. And as for the divorce itself, I'll take care of that myself today.
Really? You mean it?
Unless I missed something in the paperwork, it seems to be in order, so I'll submit it to the courthouse, and once that's done, you can do whatever you want.
Yes!
Make sure you pay up.
Oh, no problem. You'll get your money. Hey, Tom, I have great news. I finally got divorced from my husband. Now all we need to do is wait for the paperwork to get processed, pay off the damages from my husband's lawsuit, and we'll finally be able to get married. We're gonna have such a great life together. I can't wait to see you holding our little baby.
What are you going on about? I ain't marrying you, you psycho lady.
What? Why not? You're gonna be a daddy. Aren't you excited to see your baby's face?
Nope, not really.
I don't believe you. You can't run away from your responsibilities like this. You're a man, aren't you? Act like one.
Let me ask you something, Mallory. Did you actually open the envelope that got delivered to you?
Huh? I mean, not all of it, I guess. Tom, I thought that was part of the paternity test results. What the hell, Tom? You're infertile?
Yup. And not just any kind of infertile. The you will never, ever, ever, ever have biological children kind.
This can't be.
This may be the first time I've told you, but you remember my parents, right? The ones who you were banking on getting to pay your legal bills for you because they own a fancy French restaurant? Well, I've cut ties with them.
What do you mean?
It all started when I first found out I was infertile.
What happened?
That restaurant's been in my family for generations, and since I was the firstborn son, I was supposed to be the next owner after my dad dies. I was even engaged to a woman who was prepared to take on the responsibility of helping me run it. But both of our parents demanded we get a prenuptial agreement that included a bunch of tests, including STDs, genetic diseases, and fertility. And as you saw, the result came back that I was infertile.
Oh no.
After that, my parents decided to pass the restaurant on to my younger brother, and my fiancée left me too, for my younger brother. I was so disgusted to see how heartless everyone involved turned out to be, including my parents, my ex-fiancée, and my brother. So I disowned them, cut off all contact with them, and left town.
That's insane. Why didn't you ever tell me that?
Nah, I'm pretty sure I told you I don't have a relationship with my family anymore. And as for being infertile, well, we've never talked about marriage, so it never came up. It's kind of funny, actually, just when I was about to finally open up to you about it. An old friend of mine called me up one day and told me something I never saw coming, that you were married to him. And then just a short while later, you come along and tell me I'm the father of your baby.
Is there any chance at all that the test was faulty and that you really aren't infertile?
Nope, I did the test a second time right after the first to confirm it, and the one you're holding in your hands right now is the third one. And they all say the exact same thing. There's a number that should be a very big number, but it's actually close to 0.
Oh.
Which leads us to an unfortunate conclusion, that while your husband was away on business, you were fooling around with at least one other guy in addition to me.
No, you don't understand. That's,
Oh, And there's one more important thing I need to tell you.
What now?
Once I tell you this, I think things are gonna start making a lot more sense. Your husband, Norm, we went to the same high school. He was 1 grade ahead of me.
What?
Not too long after I had left home, I just so happened to run into Norm. This happened just before he got sent out of the state for work. We got to talking and we exchanged contact information. 3 months ago we were talking and I told him, by the way, I managed to get myself a new girlfriend recently. Then I sent him your picture and he said, that's my wife. That was when Norm started going scorched earth on you. He hired a private detective and everything. It didn't take long for them to find out what a slimy, disgusting woman you are. And you're now finally reaping what you've sown.
No. I can't believe it. I had no idea that was going on. Hey, Norm, I changed my mind. I don't want to get divorced after all. So it turns out my baby's father is actually, a penniless loser who would rather play video games all day than go to work. He's up to his eyeballs in debt, and he can barely hold down a job since he calls in sick so often. And I count on someone like him to take care of me and this baby. When I figured that out, I thought I would have Tom be the father instead, but... Answer me, Norm! Norm, please pick up the phone.
A few days later, the next set of paternity results came, and as expected, the child belonged to Mallory's high school classmate. Sadly, though, Mallory wasn't prepared to get married to a chronically unemployed slacker, so the two of them broke up. Also, as expected, Mallory's parents were livid when they heard what she had done. They told her that they weren't going to bail her out and that she'd have to work off her legal debts by herself. So she ended up deciding to go right to work as soon as the baby was born. They even offered to take care of the baby for her while she was at work, which was probably kinder to her than they should have been. Regardless, a few months later, Mallory stormed her way into Tom's parents' house. She started screaming nonsense to them about how they were now on the hook for taking care of her baby and her debt, but unsurprisingly, they didn't oblige her. After that, Mallory's parents realized that she was beyond their help, legally removed the baby from her custody, and had her sent off to a company with employee dorms and a thorough re-education protocol. Not that it's any of my concern anymore, but I hope that company can slap some sense into her. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Maybe after a few months there, she'll learn how to live her life in a way that doesn't damage the lives of everyone who she encounters.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.